baby, what's up? This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. I hope everyone out there has been well, even though a lot of us are confused by the events of the last week in Star Wars news. We found out that Palpatine was a clone in Star Wars, The Rise of SillyPutty, and not only that, but we went on to find out that Palpatine's son was indeed, in fact, a botched clone. All of this has been confirmed. The novelization is confirming all of this, and this is what we're being asked to accept of Star Wars. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Star Wars for today. All right, picture what we used to have, and picture this convoluted mess, this absolute pile of shit that we have here now that makes no sense at all. And you have to ask yourself, how did we get here? How did we get here indeed? But first, I want to talk about this article that I saw, which alleges that the hints were there all along in Star Wars, The Rise of SillyPutty, and we just missed it. We just missed the confirmation that Palpatine was a clone all along. All right, and of course, I found this article on where else but WeGotThisCovered.com. All right, and this article here is by let's see what this guy's name is. It is John Fuentes. Okay, and WeGotThisCovered.com, and the headline goes a little something like this: Star Wars, The Rise of SillyPutty confirmed Palpatine was a clone, and we all missed it. Who the fuck is we? If I missed anything, it was because it wasn't in the movie, okay? That's it. I mean, mystery solved. You're asking how we all missed it? It wasn't there. That's how we all missed it, buddy. All right, it says here, there was a lot of division within the Star Wars fandom when Disney decided to bring back Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars The Rise of SillyPutty. The sequel trilogy had been subject to criticism from the very beginning, of course, but the decision to bring back Palpatine left a lot of fans confused. Not to mention, The Rise of Skywalker didn't exactly take the time to explain how the Emperor made his return. Of course it didn't explain how the Emperor made his return. That's only something you do for an audience that you respect, okay? Darth Vader fulfilled his role in the prophecy of the Chosen One in Star Wars Return of the Jedi, when he tossed Palpatine down a reactor shaft, killing him and subsequently blowing up the Death Star too. By killing Palpatine, Vader, or Annie Skywalker, brought balance to the Force and defeated the Sith Order once and for all. Ya damn right. At least until Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4.5 billion and decided to bring Ian McDermott's iconic villain back to take the rest of our money. Oh no, I mean to conclude their new trilogy. While fans like myself were in the theater pulling their hair out, trying to make sense of how the studio could logically resurrect Palpatine without completely shattering the Chosen One story arc, it seems we all missed a few subtle clues, giving us the very answer we were looking for. The only thing I was looking for was a plot, and I have yet to find it, thank you very much. In the upcoming Star Wars The Rise of SillyPutty novel, it's explained that Palpatine was, in fact, a clone, and the book dives deeper into how the Emperor made his unexpected return. When examining the Rise of SillyPutty closer, however, this is hinted at during Kylo Ren and Palpatine's first exchange on the Sith world of Exegol. As Ren journeyed through the Sith base, we could see vats filled with various body parts and figures resembling that of Supreme Leader Snoke. Remember him? Nobody else does either. Once Palpatine was revealed to Ren, oh wait, hold on a second, I don't know why I just scroll back up. Once Palpatine was revealed to Ren, we then saw he was hooked up to similar machines, keeping him alive in a new clone body. Fuck out of here. No, we didn't see that, because it wasn't confirmed at that point. All we saw him on was a contraption that was holding him up. That's all we saw. We didn't see anything keeping him alive in a new clone body. We didn't see shit. Also, in the film, the Resistance's Beaumont Kin, played by Lord of the Rings star Dominic Monaghan, noted the Sith were notorious for experimenting with dark magic and cloning. Okay, we all knew that. Well, that's not news. these little hints were easy to miss. Okay, these little hints were easy to miss. Sure, especially upon first watch. But at least Disney tried to throw fans a bone to help figure out what the heck was going on. Okay, this is the point where I would say something slick like, yeah, I got a bone for you. But I'm not going to say that, okay? That's just way too predictable. Okay, still, all in all, the explanation seems a bit unsatisfying and further aids the criticism that Disney's new trilogy was nothing more than a copycat of the original Star Wars series fans know and love, failing to bring anything original to the table. Well, yeah, that's actually absolutely right. All right, there is nothing in this so-called sequel trilogy that there's no ooh and ah moment. All there was a bunch of noise, all right? And they leaned way too heavily on the master, John Williams' score, to try to give it that Star Wars feel, sprinkled in with a little bit of nostalgia berries, you know? And that's how they got away with it, you know, with a marketing campaign that leaned so heavily on the original characters and the original plot, and also you like trumpeting this, it's the end of the Skywalker saga. So normies were like, ooh, there's something big going on here, you know? But everybody who was in the know knew that it was all bullshit. They had 2 movies and they failed to give us compelling characters and compelling stories. They failed all across the board. So by the time we got to the 3rd one, we were like, well, what's the point? You know what I mean? Rian Johnson botched the shit so badly. At least you can say that shit happened in The Force Awakens. There wasn't shit that happened in The Last Jedi. You know what I mean? Thank God. I think it's starting to like leave somehow my memory. You know what I mean? But yes, it was a wasted chapter, completely wasted. You name me one notable thing that happened in The Last Jedi besides the complete and utter disgracing and nonsensical death of Luke Skywalker. You know, that was crucial to any part of that plot. You know, the whole thing is completely throwaway if you ask me. All right, where were we? Okay. Still, all in all, the explanation seems a bit unsatisfying and further aids the criticism that Disney's new trilogy was nothing more than a copycat of the original series fans know and love, failing to bring anything original to the table. With all that being said, it looks like the studio isn't done yet with Palpatine just yet, as they're reportedly exploring a spin-off about the Sith Lord that could also involve McDormand. Yay, it says. Okay, so you hear that, guys. They're, according to We Got This Covered, you know, take it with all types of salt, all right? But they're saying it looks like the studio isn't done with Palpatine just yet. Damn it, I'm good, man. There's nobody else. Nobody. Now, I hate to, like, I gotta pat myself on the back here. There's nobody else who said they were gonna do this shit going forward. They were gonna use Palpatine clones and the Palpatine story, like, in just about every new iteration of Star Wars going forward. Now that they have this Palpatine clone thing, they can have him being the big bad in just about every movie. And I said they could do a Marvel because, you know, they want to be like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? So they roll all the credits, right? And then they have the end scene where Palpatine comes out of the shadows and he says, "Roll it again." And it's like, ooh, it's a ooh and ah moment because everyone's like, oh my God, you know, what's going to happen in the next one? We have Palpatine again. I'm telling you guys, you can't put anything past these people at all. You know, but the mere fact of the matter is, right, and Daisy Ridley should really be upset about this because not only did they disgrace all of the other characters, right, but this is the ultimate disgrace of Rey, right? Because as it turns out, Rey is some type of fucking abomination. You know what I mean? Like, she is the daughter of a failed clone, right? She's the daughter of goo that somehow was allowed to go on to live a lie, you know, to live a life, a regular life. And I wonder if the botched clone's wife knew that he was a botched clone. So they had Rey, right? And somehow Rey is has achieved force powers when her father did not have that, you know? Honestly, if they were going to be true to the character, Rey should have been a pile, and this is the reason why I call it the Rise of SillyPutty. She should have just looked like the Shmoo, you know what I mean? There was a series back in the day, like, Google it, you know what I mean? There was a cartoon called The Shmoo, I think it was, where it was just some pile of goo that used to slither around. That should have been Rey. And when she spoke, the only thing she should have been saying was, and then they would have subtitles, you know, for where Rey was speaking. That should have been the character of Rey if you were going to make her the offspring of a botched cloning experiment of the Emperor. You know what I mean? Like she's a thing. She's not even a human being. What the fuck is she? And we're supposed to believe now that thousands of generations of Jedi live in this steaming shit pile? That's what we're supposed to believe now. Disney Lucasfilm, you couldn't have fucked up anymore if you had special training and you were just like, this is just what you did. You were a professional fuck up. You couldn't have done any worse. You know, and this is Star Wars for today. It's absolutely disgusting. All right, guys. So, listen, you tell me what you think of all of these developments. I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm just so pissed off. At this point, you know, people are asking, why do you even still talk about it? Well, it's because, do you realize that 30 to 40 million people in America are functioning illiterate? Okay, they're not going to be reading these books. All right, they're not going to know anything about this. They're going to think that what they saw on the screen is all there was. All right, if not for voices like us here in the Fandom Menace, people might not know exactly what the fuck is going on. All right, so I consider myself doing a service, you know, and I'm hoping that ultimately this will hit them in their wallets and their pocketbook. I'm talking about Disney Lucasfilm, and I want it to hurt. I want it to hurt what they've done here. And I'm just doing my small part. And there's a lot of us out there who are doing that. So, guys, you can sound off. You're part of this too. All right, so get in the comment section. And, of course, as always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. And I thank you for it. When you do subscribe, please hit the notification bell and hit all so you get all notifications for when I release these videos. And you can find me on Twitter. As always, I am there. And in the comment section, you'll find the link to that. There's also a PayPal if you want to help out. I do appreciate that as well. So, guys, thank you for being there. And I don't know, we'll get through this together, okay? And I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.